Namaste, Shalom, Salam, everybody. Sat Nam. You can control the energy around you, especially when something bad is coming at you. My name is Sofia Hayat. I'm a former actress turned healer and spiritual guru to Forbes listed billionaires, A-listers, and every other human being on this planet. So let me tell you how this works. Better still, I'm going to give you an example. I was in a taxi on the way to the airport, and the driver, when he picked me up, you could tell he was in a bad mood. I tried to make conversation. He wasn't very nice. I asked him to switch the radio off because I don't like listening to the news. He said, why? So I was like, okay. Anyway, he turned it down but didn't switch it off. So I thought, I started to get angry. I'm like, I'm paying a lot of money for this cab. What am I going to do? I could get pissed off with him. I can get out the taxi, which I normally did because I felt this thick, horrible energy in the air. So I went into a meditation. I put my headphones on. I put some meditation music on. I closed my eyes. I started to breathe deep. And I did that for about probably 7 minutes. And then at the end, I did Om 3 times. I don't know if he heard. He probably did. Then I opened my eyes. And he, at this point, was getting out of the taxi because we were stuck behind temporary traffic lights on Chelsea Bridge. And guess what? They weren't working. And the traffic had built up and people were waiting in the traffic for 20 minutes. Didn't realize that the lights weren't working. So he got out and said to the person, look, drive, the lights aren't working. And at that point I said, and that's when I took my earphones off, I said, I can't believe people just sat there. And we got talking. And let's rewind a little bit. Because during my meditation, what happened? I asked questions. Meditation isn't just about going blank. You can ask yourself questions. Listen to the noise. Most people say get rid of the noise. Listen to it. It's telling you something, right? So I was like, okay, you can get out, you can shout and scream. And I asked this very important question to my higher self. What do you want from this situation? What do you want to feel? And I said, joy. Joy is the energy I want. I don't want anger. I don't want a fight. I want joy. Okay. And, naturally we've been trained to go into negative energies, but I wanted joy. So I thought, okay, why is he behaving like this? Asked this question. And I thought, maybe someone died in his family. Maybe something terrible happened before, because I personally don't believe that human beings innately are bad. There are things that have affected us, do affect us. And we sometimes need to be aware of that. So I thought, okay, maybe something happened. Do I believe he's inherently bad? Ask yourself that question. No. Listen, there are a lot of things that affect people's behavior, even people who have done really bad things like entity possession, negative programming, that can happen. And although you're not meant to receive that and be hurt from it, you can step away from that. But in smaller situations like this, anyway, we got talking and I said, this is crazy. He said, yeah, this has happened in the morning. I had 3 people book my cab just before I took your job on, and all 3 of them cancelled because of the traffic. I said, okay, so your morning didn't start off too great. I lie, I wasn't going to the airport, I was going to the dentist. I'm going to the dentist because I went to the airport on the next journey. Sorry, my brain is just like, I'm trying to recall a story and it's like, okay, there's a number of things that have happened in between. But anyway, so I was going to the dentist and I said, well, your morning started off badly. My tooth just fell out and I have to go. I had an implant in my back tooth which fell out, which was done the night before. I said the guy had fixed it in, it cracked and it fell out whilst I was having soup, and now I've got to go and do it, replace it. So, and he went, oh goodness me. I said, yeah. I said, so everything is relative. At least we're all doing the best we can and we're not affected by things outside of us. And you know what? He was really nice. I left joyful. But I also left super happy that I changed the energy around me. I showed my true power. My true power came from myself. It came from taking that anger and energy that I could felt that was angry, and I transmuted it to joy. And it's not just, I asked those questions, and it's also allowing yourself to feel that energy. I allowed myself inside to be like, oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. I want to transmute it. So it's an ancient practice. And I remembered this ancient practice from when I was an ancient priestess in the temples of Egypt and Mexico. So my past lives woke up after I did ayahuasca. And it doesn't just happen once, by the way. When these things wake up, it's an ongoing thing. And it's a lot of work clearing stuff from your present day all the way back to your past, which took me 10 years. But that's because I am an ancient seer. I am a master of this technique, and to bring that to you. So remember, when things like this happen, you can change it. And the joy you feel afterwards, the power you feel afterwards is incredible. There are some people who like to create the negative energy. Instead of taking it and allowing your energy to drop, you could actually use it. Let them fire the negativity at you. Use it, because it's still energy that you can use to transmute. Do you get it? My book is called The Awakening of the Starseed, which you can get in the link in my bio. It's on Amazon. The Awakening of the Starseed being one word. That completely shows you how to use this technique. I love it because it empowers me, and it empowers me not from doing bad things. It empowers me from goodness. And you can see how this beautiful, how you will understand energy more, right? You're literally being sent a ball of energy every time someone sends something negative to you. Take it, transmute it, use it within and without you. You can do this. It's a magical world.